Hello and welcome. Today I am planning to show you that how I change battery in Toyota Avensis. And we continue. And first step is that there is that kind of plastic cover what is in your motor area, and you need to open those plastic bolts, and there is three that kind of bolts in here, what is in here one, and for that you need screwdriver, what shape is that, and you install your driver in there, and then you rotate that couple of turns, and then when you check that is this okay, you little bit lift that cover and this goes up, and there are those screws in here. I have taken already out, and three plastic bolts. And next step is that there is also this plastic nut what you need to rotate in this way, and then you take that out, and there was that one, and you carefully lift that up, and then here is this. They are like this plastic screws what can be damaged quite easily, but please be carefully, and if this goes broken in Toyota dealership, you will get those new one. Okay, now I have take all of those nuts away, and I can take this cover out, and just in behind of this cover there is this battery, and this is this battery, and when you like to change that, first step is to take this minus cable out, and for that you need this 10mm socket what fits in this place in there, and there is bolt in here what you open in this way, couple of rotations, and then when you rotate that, rotate couple of turns, and I can show that there is this nut, rotate, now it moves, and then you insert your this, and when you can move that cable in this way that it moves, then it is ready to take out in this way, and then you insert that in little bit down, and then you need also some covering material in there, and we continue. Okay, and then you need to install in this cable in here little bit something cotton or material that this cable don't take contact in this minus base. And then next step is to take out this plus cable what is in there. This is plus cable area, and there is first this plastic cover, and you can take that out, a little bit move, and also in there this 10mm socket fits well, and it goes in here, and again couple of rotation, and then this when this cable moves like in this way, then you can lift this up. Okay, now it's fixed, little bit more rotations and again this cable in there. Okay, and next step is that we need to take this support bar away, and again this 10mm fits in here and a couple of rotations in here, and then there is the second bolt. It is just a little bit move, and then I move that, and then we open that, and then a little bit hand moving. Okay, and when this starts to move, then I recommend that you and I take that bolt only out. And then I use also my socket. What size is this? 10, and this is more faster to open. Okay, and now this bolt goes out, and it was small. Okay, and then the support bar is away, and you can insert this support bar in there, and there is interesting situation that the support bar, there is one place in there, just in there behind when you look in there down, and it is actually very good to notice, because we need to insert that. When you look in this down area, there is this bar goes in this down, and now when I rotate it moves, and there is hole where this bar must fit. And now I take that out, so that I move that cable a little bit, and then I insert that in down, and I move that bar in. I lift up that point in here, and this is in down. Now this is away, and this hook is then trick when we install this battery pack. Then I move that in here. Okay, and then we have only left this battery, and then this battery, this weighs something like 10 to 20 kilos, and it's important that you take both in hands in here and use gloves, like plastic protective gloves, because this battery is quite harmful, and there are warning messages, and if this battery liquid inside goes to your hand or especially eyes, then immediately go to wash your hands and eyes with this fresh water, and go very fast to doctor, because this is the only problem in this battery changes, that there is this harmful liquid inside of this plastic cover. But then this is quite heavy, but if you could lift something like 10 to 20 kilos, you only take your hands in here and you lift this battery up in this way. And then we look that little bit more. Okay, and then when you lift that up, you take your hands in here, and here is this battery goes away. And there is only this plastic box, and then we need this new battery, and we install that in next. Okay, and then we lift new battery back in there, and there is important that you check that this is plus and this is minus area in your battery. It's really important that you install this plus cables. Red is always plus, and here is symbol, and this is the most badliest thing. If you install those cables wrong, then your car will really become damaged and big problems. And that important to check that this minus is really in right place. And now I lift this battery back, and I have checked that there is this minus and minus is in here, and then I again double check that is there plus. There is plus symbol, you can see, and there is this minus symbol. Okay, and that's good. And now next step is to again check that this is plus, and then we can be sure that there is plus and there is plus. But first we need to install this support bar, and this Toyota's this battery is moving, but it is like normal way. And then we need to install this support bar back in same way, and there was this goes in here, and then we have this hook system in there, and we look that next. Okay, and next step was to hook up this metallic hook to that hole what is in there, and when you lift that bar, and then you insert that there is this hole, and this is a little bit complex always if this is first time to do. Now you can hook up this in what sides you like. Okay, and it helps. Now it is a little bit difficult, but it helps. And then be careful that you don't connect that base to this base, because then there's electric shock. And that's the reason why I rotate this. I think that I need to rotate this nut a little bit more up, that I can get more space. Okay, and now I try it again. We go to hook up. I a little bit move that battery. And there is my target. It is just in there. Again, it is not far away. Okay, now it went. Now it is in there, and this connection, you can see it, there is this hook, and it's good because this was difficult. And then I start to tighten this nut, and so long then, and then please keep there pressed that you lift up this support bar in this direction, because then it's easier to keep, because otherwise this bar in here can go out in this hole and then we need to reinstall it again. And this support bar is very important, because this battery must be in very thick then in this place, because this is so critical part. Okay, now it is in there, and next then I think that I need to insert this nut also in here. There is that my nut, and next I need to insert that in there. Okay, it is just in, there is this hole and then only nut in there, and I press down this little bit. Okay, now when this is difficult to insert, I need to lose little bit that bolt in here. This was too much, and then I loosen that little bit. Okay, and this is like small adjusting, and then we go back in here, and now this is maybe easier to insert. Okay, and now this takes contact, and then I use my socket and I tighten that, and then I need to tighten this totally and also that one, and when I have tightened those, we continue. Okay, and then I tighten this totally, and I use my friends. Okay, and this is there. And then please check that this battery is in there in right position, that this especially please check that this metallic joint is in that position, and you can actually a little bit move. Okay, now it's good. Then final I tighten this using my friends. Okay, and when you know that this is enough thick, you check that when you move that battery, and if you can't move that, then it is enough thick. Okay, that's good. And now I am happy, and next step is to insert this plus cable back in there, and it happens so that I insert that in here, and then again I insert that bolt in there, this bolt, and there is not and how long I need to tighten this. There is so long that when you have small friends like this, and it is not too much, so much that when you check that this is moving, and when it don't move, then it's enough. Because if you dig too much these lead bases, then there can be broken this, that they can destroy, and then you insert that plastic cover back. Because okay, this is this plastic cover, and then we have this minus in there, minus cable, and there was this support things we need to install. Then we install that back in there, and again now you can check that this is loosened, and you need to dig this nut in there. There is not so much space, but that kind of wrench is quite okay. And then I test that side. Okay, this works. Okay. Okay, now it feels that it is thick. And then you check that is this cable thick. It is. Okay, good. And this was also, and then we need to install this black cover back, and we continue. Okay, and next step is that we have this black cover, and we install that in so back that there are this one hole, and this holes fits in here, and you only move that in here, and then there is these places you need to check that this goes in there, and then in here is this place. You check that this is also. And next we have this final part that we need to install this plastic, these parts back. And there is idea that first insert that in this shape, and then there is this hole. You insert that in there, and then you press that in here, and then rotate. Okay, this is in good, and there is next, and I had that kind of bolt what fits in there. Okay, and it's in there, and now this looks good. Okay, and this was the end how to change battery in Toyota Avensis. And thank you for watching.